I'm your host, JD Ross. With me is Bethany Geiger.
That's me.
And Ashley Shue.
Hello.
And we're getting a little whimsical today. We're getting it's the official fucking start of the holiday season. We're beyond Thanksgiving. It got fucking cold out. I don't know if anybody else noticed that, but it got cold as shit. So we're getting our elf on today a little bit. We're going back in time. We're going to find out where some of this shit came from. Christmas trees just didn't show up in people's living rooms and shit. Santa Claus wasn't always just a thing. So we're going to explore some of the pagan roots of some of our favorite holiday traditions today.
Yes.
Speaking of like the whole it's Christmas season now, first of all, I'm going to start by saying I hate the winter. I hate the cold. Okay.
I'm a fan.
I hate the snow. So when it started snowing the other day and accumulating, I was upset.
Yeah, it was also
so bad.
That was a slushy snow too. That was like an icky snow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a particularly bad day too.
Happy.
Were you there? You were at work that day, weren't you?
Not all day.
Not all day.
Yeah.
That was a half day.
Yeah, well, not even a half. They did
mandatory half day for Justin. Yeah, it was.
That's right. And it was just like this. The weather reflected the kind of day it was. So yeah, I like a powder snow day, like one of those days. Well, you know those snow day where like you go outside and it's like weirdly quiet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ew, I hate that.
And
really?
if there were
that's
crickets, you could hear it.
But like then you can go out and do some fucking snow angels and shit. No, this was like the rainy fucking like fuck you snow.
Yeah.
Did you know that the reason why everything sounds so quiet is because this snow absorbs the sound waves instead of the sound waves like bouncing off of stuff?
Yeah, that's like the coolest thing in the world.
Absorbed by this. I love the science. I love the science.
Yeah.
Of snow. I hate snow. It's pretty sometimes, but that's about it.
You just don't like ice.
Ice is rough, yeah. But I'd rather be like freezing cold than like burning hot. Because you can always get warmer.
No.
Well, when you're fat, like me, you can only take so many clothes off before it's indecent, which is, I don't know, not much.
Well, that's fair. That's fair. I mean, that depends on where you're at.
Before people start paying you to put your shit back on, they're like, "Here's $5. Put another layer on."
That depends on where you're at.
See, I just stay inside until I go to a friend's house and they're like, "Oh, let's walk up the hill. There's a really cool cemetery up here." It doesn't matter that it's 157 degrees outside. Let's go.
That day was rough, but we did get some cool pictures.
There were some cool pictures, yeah.
And then I went back with my kids and made them do it.
We need to find more like cool places to go do pictures.
Yeah.
I know. I know there's a really cool cult cave in Philadelphia.
Ooh, we get some Philly cheesesteaks and shit.
I've never had a Philly cheesesteak from Philadelphia.
And there's the fat coming in.
There it is. Yep.
Yeah.
First thing we can think of is like the local cuisine.
That's so funny.
That is.
Oh my God. I took most of the research on this one, so Bethany and JD are just going to be kind of riding along shotgun and throwing some vibes in.
We're here for decoration.
That's right.
Yeah. And decorated you are. The best decorations that I can have. Thanks. Did that sound legit or really?
Legit.
You're full of shit.
Okay. Well,
it was like a lie you wanted to believe, though.
I really wanted to try it out, but it failed.
You did good or something.
Glitter. Okay. I just did the roots of the celebration in general. Of course, a lot of it comes from our pagan friends.
Yes. Actually, a surprising amount, like more shit than you would imagine.
There is. I just kind of brief summarized it so we don't get into a lot of like beef here with our Christian pals. Because that happens.
It has.
Yeah, I mean, of course, Christmas has deep roots in pagan traditions because paganism. Let's face it, it predates Christianity.
Absolutely,
it does.
By thousands of years.
No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Like. Mm-hmm. It was around first. Well, not first, but it was,
Well, I don't know how you could say that. I mean, the Earth is only 6,000 years old and it's flat.
Oh, come on. Come on. So, a lot of Christian festivals and stuff like that kind of spread to Christianity.
Hmm.
To kind of, I feel like maybe make the new religion a little bit more acceptable for
Hmm.
the people that they were trying to convert over, so they could be like, well, we put a different name to it, but we're still
Yeah.
kind of doing the same
It's
thing.
like we're gonna do this way, but like we're it's like you can have this. Fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Fine.
that Christianity leaders could kind of say, here, you can have your cake and eat it too.
Yeah.
You know, when we're not going to pull the rug out from underneath of you.
They're not good
Just
at that at
kidding.
all.
No. So winter solstice celebrations that, of course, many pagan cultures celebrated the winter solstice because it's the shortest day of the year,
Hmm.
normally around the 21st to 22nd, and it's the return of longer days. You know, it was considered a renewal of light and life, you know, because let's take it. I mean, we're talking northern people
Yeah.
mostly. It's snowing.
Talking
It's a lot
hardy
of death.
Viking type of
It's a
motherfuckers.
lot of no bueno outside,
Hmm.
you know. Um, a Yule, which we hear a lot, Yuletide
Hmm.
readings,
You'll
if you
log.
will. That comes from German Nordic traditions.
Hmm.
Of course, you know, our Norse buddies love a good feast.
Hmm.
So I did that, the Yule log, like you mentioned. This is where the use of evergreen trees, holly, and mistletoe come in because they're the only thing that grow in the barren winter months. And
Yeah.
it gives you a little bit of life. And ta-da, nothing's
Yeah.
dead. Not everything's dead. And of course, this is where the Yule traditions were absorbed into Christmas customs like our Christmas tree.
Oh, Christmas tree. Oh, Christmas tree.
Christmas tree is definitely one of my favorite things, though. I don't like winter.
Love
I
it.
don't like snow. I don't like a Christmas tree. You got
Hmm.
me. That's
See,
it for me.
I'm a huge bah humbugger. I don't know. You guys could never see that coming, could you?
No. No,
You?
you seem like the type to wear like Santa hats all year and or all Christmas season and
I'm
I
literally prepared for you to be irritated with me when I show up with a Christmas hat at your house soon.
yeah. I fucking hate Christmas.
oh
I'm not
my.
just like Grinch because the
Somebody's
Grinch
about to
didn't
be
hate
visited by three different
Christmas.
ghosts.
I know.
Yeah, for
The Grinch
real.
didn't hate Christmas. He hated people.
Now that's a good point.
You know, so, but I hate both.
Hmm.
That makes sense. Also, side note, like segue or whatever. If I was the Grinch and
Hmm.
I lived next door to Whoville,
Yeah.
they are the most obnoxious people. I'm a Grinch sympathizer for sure.
I'm definitely a Grinch sympathizer.
I'd be roasting those little short fuckers.
Like
You know,
Jesus. She takes it to a
eating
whole
them.
level. See, I got
No,
me, I got my dog,
That's all you
yeah,
need.
I've understood.
I just can't. Okay. So the holidays that are overdone,
Mhm.
like
Yeah.
overly commercialized,
Yeah.
overly, you know, like the meaning of Christmas, which we'll get into later when we talk about Santa Claus and the origins of him.
Yeah.
But you know, the whole premise of this was give, not receive.
Right.
Mhm.
It was protecting your fellow man and thinking about somebody other than yourself. It
Yeah.
was, you know, not what
Celebrations
you
of
can
like,
buy,
right.
but what you can create that someone else will see the value in and feel touched.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know, and Christmas now, especially,
Hmm.
is just okay. What am I gonna get? I mean,
Yeah.
Bethany, you have a kid. You know where I'm coming from with this.
Oh
You
yeah.
know,
Hmm.
because when Christmas rolls around, what's the first thing they're doing?
They're making a list for
Making
They're
you.
their
making a
Christmas list.
list.
Yep.
Hmm.
You know, this is what I want. Even if they know Santa isn't real, they're still making the fucking list.
Yeah.
And they're still turning it in. What about that is giving?
On another side note though, my son came home from his dad's house and I was so excited because he had two gifts that were given to him, but then he wanted to give them to other people. He was
Aww.
like,
That's
would
what
like
it's supposed to
this.
be
He
about.
gets it.
Right.
He gets
But
it.
that's what it's
He gets
supposed
it
to be
so
about.
much.
But that's what it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
You know, and I'd say 80% of kids, if not higher,
Mm-hmm.
that
not
is
only
not the
kids.
case. No, and yeah, and it's into adults, you know, because now you have the Black Friday and you have all this bullshit where people are stomping on each other and trying to murder each other over a fucking TV.
Literally, over bullshit. It's like over nonsense.
I want to say Black Friday, I think, has chilled out a little bit.
Oh, yeah, because everybody does online.
Yeah, and they have it spread out over like the whole
Black Friday is now just like
whatever.
it's a series of days instead of just just one day.
And
I made the mistake of going out into public on Black Friday, and it's still chaotic, but not how it used to be.
I just can't. I can't. Like Mother's Day. It's not fun anymore.
Yeah.
Right.
It's, you know, like I used to have a coworker on Valentine's Day. If her husband did not send her flowers to her office, she was tongue lashing him about it.
Really?
It's like crazy.
That's not what it's supposed to be about.
No.
Where like I don't normally get flowers and stuff because it's like, a symbol of our relationship that's going to die in 4 days. How nice. You know, whatever. Nice. But like Ty sent me flowers one time and they came back to my office and tried to hand them to me. And I'm like, no, those aren't for me. Like, I think you got the wrong place, you know? And it's like, no, it definitely says Ashley on it. I'm like, no fucking way. And I had to open it. I still didn't believe it. I thought it was a joke. You know, I thought somebody was pulling a joke. And they were from him. And I was uber thankful because I don't expect it.
Yeah.
Right.
It's not expected.
Right. And you shouldn't.
And that's why, like, Valentine's Day and Christmas and Mother's Day, you know, it's a joke. It's a freaking joke. Anymore.
Well, to your point about like giving and like the feeling that that's supposed to like actually be present with that, it does remind me like my mom. I remember when like I was young, maybe 7, something like that, and I remember it was Christmas time, and she we were going to the mall or something, and she was like, "Hey, we're gonna go up to like the tree because they had like that tree that had like the list that you take down for like the less fortunate kids."
Yeah.
And I just remember her like just being like, "We're gonna take down one of these lists. We're gonna help out someone who doesn't have as much as as we have." And I just remember that always like moved me. Like that was always just like this like, oh, like yes, we are in a more fortunate situation, and like look at and now we're going to try to like make someone else. And so every chance I get to do something like that, I do. And so it's like you said, the spirit of giving is supposed to be there, and like that moved me more than any like Christmas present that I've ever gotten.
Well, and like now, like I work at a part-time job and we do Toys for Tots there. Mm-hmm. You know, they were telling me 2 years ago they didn't have enough space for the amount of toys that they got because there were so many that when the people came to pick it up, they were like, what are we going to do? We're going to need a bigger truck.
Yeah.
This year, we didn't even fill the box.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Didn't even fill the box. The day they were supposed to be coming to get it, this older man called and he's like, I went online and it said that you guys are accepting Toys for Tots. And I said, yes, we are. It's ending today. Today's the last day. He said, well, a lot of other places already closed it down. And I go every year and I pick an amount of money and my daughter goes and shops for the toys and then I drop them off. And there's nowhere near me other than you guys where I can drop them off.
Yeah.
And that man filled the fucking box himself.
Oh,
what?
Yeah, and they weren't cheapo toys. They were like toys.
Yeah,
nice. That's amazing.
And I was like,
you weren't getting like G.I. Jeffries from the dollar store.
No, these were like Fisher Price and like the Little People and like tons of like and educational toys and thought-provoking toys, not just like shit.
Yeah, not just bullshit.
Yeah. And it was like,
brain rot.
My
that's
man.
Awesome.
But that's where,
shout out to that guy.
Christmas, that's where Christmas is for me. But when I see stuff like that, that's like, okay, your Christmas. You are Christmas right here.
Yeah.
Not this other shit.
Right.
You're the Christmas. You
and
know?
see, that's why I can like get into it. I can get in like because there's still like, and Dad, like, trust me, it's been beaten out of me the more and more I get older. But there's still like a child in me that just like the whole thing just like still talks to me. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
and so when I hear about something like that, it's just like, see, there's still Christmas magic.
There can
I
be.
know. I'm the same way. The past couple years, it's like, oh, okay, we gotta like this year. I
Slog
still
through it. Yeah.
right. I still haven't set up my Christmas tree, and usually that's what I do the day after Thanksgiving is I set up my Christmas tree.
Yeah.
And I haven't even pulled it out of the attic yet. But then
This is going to be my second year with no tree.
Same.
oh,
Because of
geez.
Spooky. Spooky can't handle it.
No, it's just
Oh.
because I don't want to fucking do it.
I mean, that's
Yeah.
fair too. That's fair
I don't
too.
either. Imagine having Christmas trees with foster kittens. This is my third year
Ooh,
Oh,
having
yeah.
a Christmas tree with foster kittens.
No.
Couldn't do it.
No.
It's rough. They like to go all the way in it, like all the way up.
Yeah. Which is
And with this-
adorable.
Yeah, it is.
But it's
It
destructive.
is.
There's
Yeah,
nothing
then they
cute
knock-
about that.
Then they
just
knock
would
the
piss me
candy
off.
canes down.
Nope,
And Java
fuck
eats
them
the candy
pets.
canes.
I'd mess them up.
It's a disaster. You got to pick up ornaments all the time.
Nope.
But
It's just not worth it.
My ornaments are wired on.
Mm.
Oh God.
So I just pull it out of the bag and go, boom, it's done.
Nice.
Done. Easy peasy.
Yeah.
But
Boom.
you're still not even
Done.
doing it.
No, I'm not a
Hell
decorator.
no.
I decorate one time and I'm done.
That's fair. You
I
are
love-
a decorator, though. You
one of
can't
my
even say that.
favorite
I've
things-
seen your office.
Aw.
Well, I mean, but I decorated it one time.
That's
One
true.
time.
Done.
One
That's true.
time.
That's true.
But it was
One of my-
decorated.
It was.
One of my favorite things to do is I let the kids decorate the Christmas tree,
Oh,
which is my 10-year-old son and my 6-year-old niece.
Mhm.
And you'll have a lot of decorations on one side. The rest of it is empty. And the decorations don't go past a certain point up. Like, it's so funny. And I leave it like that too. I'm like, you know what? You guys did a good job.
I love it.
See, I'm too
There's like
micromanaging.
16 ornaments on this one branch, but
Hey, you know what?
Perfect.
It's probably a high quality branch, though. So
exactly.
It better be for 16.
literally.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, at the end of the day, too, is like, okay, so let's think about the fact that bringing a tree into a house and putting a bunch of shit on it in the first place is a pretty weird thing to do. So,
Yeah.
Ashley, how did we get there? Take us
How did
into
you
it.
get there? I don't know. I didn't do that much.
Oh,
She
It
said
just
I
came from the
didn't do
tree.
that
I mean, I assumed that it was just to give it a little bit of pizzazzer because it
Yeah.
was dark as shit. But what's really funny is most of the time it was decorated with candles.
oh, that seems unsafe.
Yeah, that
Fire
definitely
hazard.
seems terrifyingly unsafe, actually.
Yeah. But that's also
But I
from a
think-
time
I-
where OSHA didn't exist.
Well, yeah, but I think
Yeah.
they used the trees, the holly, and the mistletoe all on that's what they decorated it with.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Holly,
Like that's
mistletoe, candles.
yeah,
Those
candles. Like
those little
that's
red
what they
the little
were.
red berries.
There wasn't it. That's the holly berries.
Oh, yeah.
Eat
my
them.
bad.
Girl, come on.
Oh, yeah.
And then you eat them and you get the shits for a week.
Yeah.
I've never eaten them. I don't eat holly.
I don't know. I don't know if it'd probably kill you.
Probably would.
I know
Yeah.
that they're toxic. That's all I know. I've
Yeah.
never eaten them though, so
You know, somebody was like, "These taste like shit," and they gave me the shits. I better just decorate with it.
Yeah. Yeah.
We'll find
It's just-
some use for this.
They do look pretty, though, so they're not entirely useless.
Holly is
But-
really pretty.
Mhm.
They do, and it smells good.
Yeah.
But the Roman Saturnalia,
Saturnalia.
Saturnalia,
Saturnalia.
that was a Roman festival
Mm-hmm.
that was held in honor of Saturn, the god of architecture,
Art culture? Art and culture?
archiculture,
Archiculture. What the hell's archiculture?
agriculture. I'm just
Oh.
She's just
I see.
being
You're just saying it weird. I'm like, what the fuck is archiculture?
No,
Agriculture. I was wondering the same thing.
It's normally ran from December 17th to the 23rd. It involved, of course, feasting, gift giving, role reversals, and a carnival-like atmosphere.
Ooh.
Also, this is where the tradition of giving presents and the celebratory spirit influenced Christmas festivities. So that's where the present stuff came in and the giving.
Yeah. Because like the Romans and the pagans, like a lot of clashing happened and a lot of shit kind of got mixed together.
Because I feel, wasn't it Rome that took over Christianity first? And they were like, okay, this is what we're going to do.
Like Christianity popped up within the Romans.
Yeah.
And
they were like not for it for a while.
For a while, they were like Rome's scapegoats because like the Jews were already like a thing. And so they were kind of like, you're cool. You're not bugging us. But the Christians were like, it was almost like, did you ever see History of the World, the Mel Brooks movie, the part where like they're making fun of Christians? It literally was like that. There's a part where he's like, we got a lot of gods. We got a lot of gods. Like the Christians, they only got one God. We got a God for everything except for erectile dysfunction except for premature ejaculation. But I hear he's coming fast. But literally, they were like, "Oh, you got one God? That's adorable. You're stupid." And they would just make fun of Christians. That was the whole thing. That's where Christian persecution actually comes from. It was like this little period of time.
Well, there was an Egyptian pharaoh.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was one of the Ramseses
that
they
converted.
He didn't convert. He said, "Okay, none of the other gods exist except for me. And I am the physical manifestation of the sun god, so now you must worship me."
Yeah.
And everybody's like, what?
Like that,
but they had to go with it because then he started killing people. So they were like, "Yeah, you're right. That's right. None of the other gods exist. We love you."
I've been saying that since the beginning.
Good job, God. God.
Yeah.
And then when he died, they were like, "Okay, that guy was fucking crazy. Let's go back to the way it was." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it seems like through history, when anybody was like, "Oh, there's only one God," everybody was like, "No."
Yeah, everybody's like, how could there be
lame.
one God?
This is stupid.
This is
I
dumb.
want to go to all the temples and get food, not just one, and get a cracker and some wine.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, literally a cracker and some wine. With the other ones, you get to go to like trick or treating with the gods' houses.
We're like
and shit.
feasting and fucking and like doing all kinds of crazy shit. We got drugs and all kinds of stuff. And this oracle's telling me all kinds of crazy shit. Let's go.
Dude, you know they had gnarly psychedelics back then. They were picking up fucking mushrooms that like don't even exist anymore. Well, the oracles were like
sniffing sulfur air out of cracks in the ground and like saying all kinds of crazy shit. You know,
that's gonna be good for your mental health. Yeah.
You know,
plus
but anyway.
the role reversal stuff with the Saturnalian stuff, like that was when slaves of the Roman Empire got to like they got to have a good day because it was like you're in charge for a day, kind of like you're gonna get some
a little bit,
within
like
reason.
Yeah, like I'm gonna safe word this if you go too far, but like
like, you're
still
but
mine.
I mean,
but
you get one day to run amok.
I mean, that's it's better than some people get.
Yeah, I know, but I don't know. That's just yeah. Okay. this one fouls me up. What did you say it was? The M1? Mytherism. Mytherism. God, I can't speak. Mytherism and the birth of the sun.
Oh, that's gnarly.
This was a cult of Mithras. He was a Persian deity popular in the Roman Empire, and it celebrated the birth of the unconquered sun, or the Sol Invictus.
That's fucking metal.
Yeah. This was on December 25th.
That's Jesus' birthday.
Yeah.
It must be Jesus.
This date was chosen as the symbolic birth of Christ when Christianity rose to prominence, aligning Jesus with light and renewal.
Oh, okay.
And technically, they're saying he wasn't born on that day. Even
wasn't it supposed to be like
that?
Wasn't it supposed to be October?
It was like a month or two ahead of time. I think.
Oh, was it?
Yeah. So that
it wasn't December though.
It was either early December or like later in. Like I don't know. But they were like, we can't have Thanksgiving and fucking.
We just
Christmas
had
at the same time.
The same damn day. How are we going to sell 2 sets of turkeys?
No. So we got.
That's a lot of turkey.
It's a lot of turkey.
This was well before Thanksgiving, so we're totally fucking with you.
That's true.
That's stupid, so it's fine. And other countries don't even have Thanksgiving, and they look at us like, "What the fuck are you guys doing?"
Yeah, that's actually a pretty controversial holiday when you really break it down.
Well, it really is, because like us white people fucked some shit up for that holiday. That's not very cash money of us.
I know a certain group of people who are not very thankful about that day.
Yeah.
But that's another episode.
That's a whole different episode.
So like we said, the evergreens and decorations, evergreen plants, holly, ivy, mistletoe, they were sacred in many pagan traditions, and they symbolized eternal life and protection.
Okay.
These plants were used in solstice celebrations and later adopted into Christmas decorations.
Love it.
Somebody is party snatching, but I don't want to say who.
Oh, yeah.
Feasting and community gatherings. Feasting and gathering with loved ones were integral in pagan solstice rituals. These communal elements were naturally carried into Christmas celebrations, supposedly emphasizing family, generosity, and goodwill, which is no longer prevalent in the celebration. People, let's go.
It's not. It's literally gone.
No.
Even though the movies all push for it. The movies
are bullshit because they're movies.
Well, but I love the movies. The movies are one of my favorite parts of the season, to be fair.
Dumb.
The only good Christmas movie is the original The Santa Claus.
Okay, hold on. Are we just going to ignore Bad Santa?
By that.
We going to ignore Bad Santa?
Okay.
Are you one of those people that says Die Hard is a fucking Christmas movie too?
I was gonna wait until the last episode of the year, that we have planned. That's literally just a no holds barred nonsense thing to bring that up. But yes, Die Hard is absolutely a Christmas movie, and I'll fight you on it. I'll have a debate on this show. I'll have an entire debate on this show.
I really don't care enough.
Well, then fine. If you know what, I won't invite you to my viewing of Die Hard this year,
and I'm totally cool with it.
I'm just kidding. You guys are both invited.
Why? Because I didn't want to come. Now I'm invited.
You were gonna be invited anyway, but now fuck you.
Anyway, so in the 4th century is when everything kind of changed around. That's of course when the Roman Empire said Christianity is the way to go, and that's when the church leaders set December 25th as the day. And of course, it was aimed likely to replace the pagan festivals and make them feel a little bit more nice about the hostile takeover, if you will.
Yeah, because it wasn't a non-hostile takeover. Let's be real.
No, it was very hostile.
Yeah, it was very bloody. A lot of people died. Let's be real.
Yeah, but thou shalt not kill. Moving on. Anyway.
Funny how that works.
Anyway, so shout out to my boy Josh Gates. I haven't heard from him yet, but I'd like to. Anyway, I was watching his show, Destination Unknown, and he did a show on the real Saint Nick. And I was like, this is going to be stupid because I hate Christmas and this is dumb. But I watched it because I like Josh and, whatever. So I was watching it and it was actually kind of interesting.
See, that's the thing is like this is just like the entire Weird Wide like experience is free your mind, your ass will follow.
Yeah. So, I mean, the dude was kind of legit. I mean, he was a Christian man.
Well, he would have to be because any saint, because I actually just listened to a podcast about like some of the horrible things saints went through is anyone who's been saintanize or sanitize or whatever the fuck it's called.
Sanitized.
Yeah. Sanitized.
Anybody that's been sanitized.
Whatever the fuck it's called. Anyone who's gone through that, they've had to have like basically
Torture.
like they've had to be tortured to death. Like basically like their faith tested and some kind of miracle surrounding them or something like that.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not Catholic. I don't fucking know. But so like
I actually didn't know that.
Yeah. So like all of them had to have had like a martyrdom death to achieve sainthood.
Oh, jeez Louise.
I was watching it was on the History Channel. I'm a real dork, so hold on.
A little bit.
It was like my spare time is spent watching the History Channel. But it was Dark Marvels. That's what it was called.
Oh yeah.
And it was like things that like the humans made that like might have started out okay, but then they used it for like really fucked up shit.
Like
and
half of like our history, you mean?
Yeah, and one was the breaking wheel, is what they called it.
Ooh.
So they took a wheel, and a person, like the torturer, would take a person, tie them to this wheel, and break all of their limbs and twist it around weave it into the wheel. You know, and then other ones,
pretzel.
And then other ones they had like spikes around the wheel, and they would tie you down and roll the motherfucker over you.
Oh my god!
And like skewer you to death. So, and I think it was Catherine or something. I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong, peeps. Sorry, but I can't remember. But for some reason Catherine is sticking to me. But evidently she had touched the wheel because she was a Christian, and they were gonna like fuck her up, you know, on this wheel. So she touched the wheel, and it broke into pieces when she touched it.
Yeah.
So they couldn't use it, and they said like that was God like working through her, and they renamed the breaking wheel like Catherine's wheel or something then after that, and she was sainted.
It seems like they didn't quite get the spirit of it at that point though, because
they still killed her.
Yeah, I mean they got other ways.
Because they got pissed because they couldn't do it the way they wanted to, so then they really fucked her up.
How'd they kill her then?
I think they beheaded her.
Well,
they tortured her and then beheaded her.
Dude, honestly, we're like really good at coming up with ways to kill each other.
Yeah, and that was what this whole show's premise was. It's like the things that we do to like fuck each other up. Yeah. You know? I highly recommend it. It was on the History Channel. Anybody out there that wants to watch it, it's called, now I forget what I said it was. Dark Marvels. It's like, I think it's like an 8-episode series. But it's like really good.
I actually think they had an episode on McCamey Manor that I used for the McCamey Manor episode research.
I don't know. I know they have some H.H. Holmes.
Yeah.
Because they're like the same people. H.H. Holmes.
But yeah, I think they did.
McCamey Manor people.
But I mean, it was wild. Wild shit on it. Yeah. It was so good. Yeah. They do weapons, they do like execution stuff.
Yeah.
They do
But was that how Saint Nick was killed?
I don't know. Let's go into it. Because I don't remember. It's been a while since I did this.
I don't remember.
But we'll get to that. So the real Saint Nick is a historical figure behind the modern Santa Claus. He was a Christian bishop who lived in the 4th century in Rome, aka present-day Turkey, is where he was.
Oh wow! Okay.
He's technically remembered for his generosity and miraculous deeds. So he was born in 270. And to wealthy Christian parents, but he was orphaned at a young age and inherited his family's fortune and dedicated his life to helping the poor and needy.
Oh,
so,
that's nice.
That's just what he did.
Yeah, he was just all about helping people.
Yeah. He became the bishop of Myra, I think is what it is. But it's modern day Demir, Turkey. I think that's right. I'm not sure. He was known for his deep devotion to Christianity and his pastoral care. And he was a staunch defender of the faith during the time of the Roman persecution of Christians, of course.
Yeah.
He was renowned for his secret acts of charity. He didn't like go around parading that it was him.
Okay.
Like
that's true charity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like he would hear of a family struggling and he would take a sack of coins and like throw it in the window and like run. Like
so
he
this
just
is like
didn't.
kind of where this like concept of like him like kind of sneaking into your house in the middle of the
house
night.
And yeah. So instead of it being the chimney, it was like through what he would like leave stuff at the windows. I know in the Josh Gates episode, there was a family who the dad had 3 daughters and they were like very bad off.
Yeah.
And he did not have the money to do the dowry, which is what they did back then. You had to pay somebody to marry your daughter, which is
insane.
So he didn't have enough money for a dowry, so he was going to sell them into prostitution because that's all he could do because he couldn't afford to feed them either. So he was like, okay, we got to do something.
It just feels like, patriarchy just didn't even work back then.
No. So Saint Nick went, no, I'm not doing this. So he provided them secretly food and wealth so that the daughters could marry well instead of being sold to prostitution.
That's awesome.
They like thought that it could have been him, but he never said, yeah, it was me. But, he was like, known for that kind of stuff. So they just kind of assumed, I guess.
This kind of has a feeling like they heard a ho, ho, ho on the wind. And they heard the trotting on the roof. Like, oh,
so jingle bells in the background.
Right.
Yeah.
But, so he reportedly attended at the Council of Nicaea in 325, where he opposed Arian. I don't know if it's Arian. Arian.
AR. That's not like that. Might be Arian, but that's not like the Arian. Like
no, it didn't sound right. But he opposed the heresy, which denied the divinity of Christ. The legend said he slapped the heretic.
Oh shit!
Arius during a heated debate. Though the story is not sure. Nobody's sure if he would do that because he was kind of like a very like laid back kind of guy.
Yeah.
So nobody's sure, but I heard that multiple times, so I'm not really sure.
Imagine getting slapped by old Saint Nick.
Could you imagine?
Like
backhanded that motherfuckers.
I could see him doing it too.
But he was known to help like saving sailors from storms, and that was his divinity. Is he would go? They said that he was miraculous because he could go and save sailors from storms. So that's like he was the patron saint of like sailors and stuff like that, and children. Because one of the stories is these boys were in like vats, like pickled vats. I don't know, like they
had gotten lost like walking and somebody kidnapped them and murdered them.
Kidnapped them and put them in these like vats, and supposedly Nicholas brought them back to life. So that
which
was
I'm
thing.
Gonna say probably didn't happen.
Or maybe they were just drowning and he got there in time.
They were
in the right spot, and then they woke up. Like it could have been many different things because.
So it could have been the Nick of time.
Who's dad joking now, bro?
That's right.
Damn.
Yeah. But due to his numerous miracles, it earned him the nickname Nicholas the Wonder Worker. That was his name.
Okay.
I don't like that. See, I don't like that.
No.
It's too much. Like, okay,
it's a lot.
Now you're just doing too much.
That's funny. But so he ended up dying on December 6th, 343. I didn't find like an actual cause of death, so I'm thinking it might have been natural causes.
Good for him.
Yeah.
He was just, I guess, sainted because of all the incredible things that he did.
All the miraculous stuff surrounding him and all that.
And the stuff that, is just what good humans should do.
Yeah, like he's like from everything that we've just heard, he is the example to go by.
Yeah. So, So he over in Italy, there's huge celebrations on December 6th for his death date. They celebrate his life.
That's kind of cool.
That's when they kind of feast and do their pizzazzers, whatever. His tomb in Myria. He had a tomb in Myria. That was the pilgrimage site. That's where everybody went to worship him and to see his body and all this stuff. But on December, where was? Oh God, I am like losing my shit. Okay, in 1087, Italian sailors looted and grave robbed, but they didn't get all his body parts.
So this is like the same people that like were being like saved by this guy are now looting his shit.
Yeah. They were like, no, we want
of all people to be grave robbed. Yeah. Like the best person, the best one.
Wow. So honestly, I'm a little pissed about Italian sailors right now.
Yeah. So they brought what they did take to Bari, Italy, where they remain today. So some of his body is still in Myria. Some of his body is in Bari, Italy. He has his own church, like churches kind of with his name on them in both
denomination.
Places. Yeah, in both places. And then somehow a hip bone ended up in Chicago.
That's fun.
But where in Chicago?
It's a church I think it's a church in Chicago. Has like
just
his hip bone.
What a weird
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure like when they say they've got the bone, I don't think I'm pretty sure the way a lot of them do that is like they bury the bone somewhere.
No, it's like in a gilded box.
Oh, it's actually like in a.
Oh,
okay.
This is a different one. So this is like we got fucking Santa's hip.
See, I was thinking kind of like a what are those things where they put they put people in the coffins, but it's above ground.
Oh yeah, the big tomb thing.
Like I know an M or something.
Mausoleum.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, the one
I was thinking it was like something sort of like that. They just have like it's there, but it's like.
Well, one in Italy is like on the floor, like, and there's like a hole, like a looking glass that you can like put your face over and like see his pieces.
Ew.
But like it's like this weird oil.
Yeah.
That comes from his body. It's strange because technically the bones should be like non-existent
by this point.
If they're wet like that, and his bones are they haven't decomposed over thousands of years, even though they're in this like wetness. So every now and then they'll pull this stuff out, the like oily and like dilute it and like give it to their followers as like an anointed, like here is the body of a saint, like and it's like this amazing miraculous stuff, which if you think about it, it is kind of miraculous in a way that it's creating this stuff and it shouldn't be doing that.
That's true. But like, should they be putting that on their faces?
I don't know what they do with it. I don't know. I'm just assuming that it's the, holy water.
Yes, my child. Yeah.
Yeah, like that. Like, I'm not 100% sure, but they like anoint stuff with it.
I don't like it.
No, I'm not a fan. Not a fan.
Yeah. But he became a beloved saint. He became a beloved saint in both Eastern Orthodox and Western Christian traditions. The December 6th was celebrated with gift giving, especially in Northern Europe. Over time, stories and traditions surrounding St. Nicholas merged with local folklore and secular traditions, leading to the creation of figures such as Sinterklaas in the Netherlands and eventually Santa Claus in the United States.
And he's all over. I mean, he's like Père Noel, fucking Kris Kringle, fucking Father Christmas and shit.
Did you happen to look up the tradition of the Netherlands version of Santa?
No.
I'm not going to tell you about it because it is quite problematic, but I recommend looking it up.
Why don't you give us a little bit of a try to keep it unproblematic, but
what do you mean it's problem?
Instead of elves,
okay,
Santa has basically slaves.
Oh,
isn't that what elves are?
They're black people.
Oh,
it's like, yeah, it's problematic.
Is this one of those situations where it's like 3/5 of an elf or something? Like that's what we're talking about. Like
I'm not exactly sure. I have a Dutch friend. Remember Pebble?
Yeah, Pebble.
He's the one that told me about it. And he said that people all the time have issues with it. And I was like,
because my understanding,
I see why.
Yeah,
but elves are pretty much like enslaved little people.
Well, see, the problem, where it gets worse,
yeah,
is they have festivals.
Yeah, I have heard of this
with their Santa.
Mm-hmm.
And his, I don't know what they call them. I can't, he told me, but I can't remember what they call his version of elves.
I think it's because I'm pretty sure they did it on The Office for a second. Hold on. Keep talking. Now we got it now.
You.
So
what is it?
Nordic? A lot of times it's Dutch. From the Netherlands, yeah. But when they're doing their little displays, they're doing blackface.
Black Pete.
It's fucking
or Zwarte Piet, which is basically like and that's where the issue comes, because like a lot of Dutch folks will just like go full on blackface and be like, I'm Black Pete. Yeah. I don't know what a Dutch person sounds like.
Oh my god!
It's pretty intense. If you look up that shit now,
if you really look into it, it's a problem, and like
it's an issue.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Maybe like a little bit of a good job on inclusivity, but
Zwarte Piet.
Better.
Zwarte Piet. Wow. AKA Black Pete. Oh shit.
Yep. Yep. It is definitely problematic. But like, Ashley, you're not wrong. I feel like aren't the elves also slaves? Like, do the elves get a choice?
Yeah.
If they got a choice, would they be slaving up there all year, making toys and never being able to leave?
Also, if you've watched Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer,
that's true.
They don't really have a choice, because Hermie,
he just wanted to be a goddamn dentist. He just wanted to be a fucking dentist. And honestly, I'm just saying they could have probably used a dentist. Like, I didn't see a dentist around there.
Right. And with all the candy that they're always eating.
Yeah, literally. Honestly, like, fuck that movie, because like it's also like Rudolph wasn't even like accepted until they found a use for him.
And
like, they could exploit.
Like, he was abandoned by his parents.
Yeah, honestly.
His dad was like,
Donner
nah,
can
bro.
go fuck himself. Donner's an asshole.
Right.
This is going down a slippery slope.
He just disappeared.
Mm-hmm. You know who's cool? You know who's cool as fuck? Yukon Cornelius.
Yukon Cornelius and the Abominable Snowman, once they pulled the teeth out.
Because what did they end up needing? A goddamn dentist.
Yeah.
This is like everyone's. Yeah. This is everyone's. Wow. This is everyone at home. We just ruined the whole thing for you. This is everyone at home. This is your...
No, because I'm never going to watch it. It's fine.
I feel like I really want to make you watch it now.
I think I want to stab you in an eye with a fork.
What if I get you really high first?
No.
Okay, listen. That would be crazy.
Tell me that wouldn't be fun as shit. Like
That sounds
this
like
is
the
like-
ultimate buzzkill.
No.
no,
You don't
they go
understand.
to an island of misfit toys, and there's like there's
Yeah.
a squirt gun that only squirts jelly.
Yeah, that sounds amazing. And also, Yukon Cornelius has a ton of dogs.
Dude, he does. He's got a whole little team full of dogs, and he's just onward and upward. He's like, we're gonna find silver and gold.
And then, like, randomly, they're all sleeping in a bed together.
Yeah.
This just got incestuous real quick.
Well, it did. Well, Hermie and Rudolph, I mean, they weren't really.
Hermie?
Hermie.
Oh, Christ.
Hermie just wanted to be a
Anyway,
dentist.
the
He was
modern
the
day
dentist.
Santa Claus. The transformation of St. Nicholas into Santa Claus occurred largely during the 19th century because we had to ruin shit.
As we
In
do.
literature and culture, the poem A Visit from St. Nicholas in 1823, also known as 'Twas the Night Before Christmas, and Coca-Cola advertisements in the 20th century helped shape the modern image of Santa Claus as a jolly man in a red fucking suit.
Now
Which
that
is
is
so
fun
weird.
to think about.
It is so weird that Coca-Cola
Coca-Cola.
is basically who made our Christmas.
Yeah,
Yep.
they're the reason that like for
They
all
said
of the
this is what
imagery
it's
we
going to
have.
look like right
Yep.
here.
Yep.
Yeah.
In
Oh.
white and red, our colors,
Mhm.
here we go.
Yep.
While we're putting real cocaine in the drink.
You know, if
We
only they would
enjoy.
do
need to
that.
go back. We need to
If
go back.
only. Yeah, we had it all.
Yeah.
I'm perfectly okay with Coca-Cola.
And then
you know,
OSHA had to
owning
fuck it up.
Christmas, but just put the Coke back in.
Put it back
Yeah.
in.
I'm cool with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got
But-
shit done back then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Real fast.
Yeah.
Yeah. You do anything.
With pep.
That's right.
Anyway, the real St. Nicholas legacy of generosity and care for the vulnerable continues to inspire the spirit of giving associated with Christmas in other countries, not here.
No.
Because our
It
Christmas
says-
was taken over by a corporation, so
Yeah.
makes
I mean,
sense.
you just proved that the United States bastardized this hard in the 19th century.
Yeah.
Okay,
As
let's
we
just
do.
say
As we do.
So we're gonna
us in the
so we're
United
gonna-
States aren't the people that you want to measure anything by. So sorry, don't do it.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's my general pizzazzer, if you will. The person that hates Christmas doing the background of Christmas. You're welcome.
I love it.
I love it.
You're welcome.
I love it.
So yeah, I mean, do you have any questions?
I
Like,
want to know.
I don't know. Like, I kind of threw it out. Like,
I want to know what Pepsi would have done if they'd have gotten
Oh.
Santa Claus.
Well, Santa would have been wearing
I-
blue.
I would have
Yeah, it would've
much
been-
rather had a blue Christmas because it matches with the season.
You set me up for that. I'm sorry.
I did.
No, Bethany did. She said she'd rather have a blue
Oh.
Christmas.
Yeah. Wasn't that Elvis?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, it does actually make sense. Like, I'm sure in a parallel universe there is like a blue Santa Claus.
I would want like
A lot of different
The
countries there's like the
blue
blue Santa
suit.
Claus.
I would want the blue suit with the red fluff.
Oh, I could see that. Like a red trim.
Yeah, instead of white fluff, you get the red the red.
I
fluff.
have a new proposal.
Ooh.
Blue Santa, but like Avatar aliens.
Oh.
Why
Okay.
Santa's
Yeah.
gonna go there?
Okay.
New spin on. We will always refer back to aliens with me.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Always.
In fact, there is a movie called Santa Claus Conquers the Martians where Santa has to go to Mars because he's been kidnapped by a couple of Martian children who were wondering
And
why
you've
they
seen
weren't.
it more than once. I
Oh,
can
yeah.
tell by the grin on your face.
Mhm. Yep.
And you guys lost me again. This is why my sister said, I watched your podcast, and it seems like Bethany and Justin, they're really into it, and you're just there.
There are times where like you do just get irritated like noticeably by our antics.
And I
Because,
say,
yeah, because mostly because of
Really?
the aliens too.
yeah.
and she goes, and I also want to interject that although you're the one fully sleeved with tattoos and strange as shit with dreads on your hair, you're really the most normal one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I can see that. I can see that. I'm not gonna lie.
It's funny how that works, isn't it? Yeah. Honestly, if she only knew how.
Yeah,
normal.
and that's what I told her. I said the outtakes get even worse.
Yeah. You should see what doesn't make the episode.
You should see what happens when we're together in person.
Yes. Well,
and I hope we can do that soon.
And that is the plan. Now that I've got less time on my hand, or like more time on my hands, I am trying to set that up. I'm hoping to have that in the next couple of days, so that we'll be able to do that. So, because next week,
hopefully we can film Krampus.
Yes.
In person.
That is my goal. So the next episode, everybody, is going to be Krampus. We're going to be getting into the devil of Christmas himself. It's not. Don't worry. It's not going to be all Christmas this month. Don't worry. We're going to be getting a little Christmassy in the beginning here. But the goal is to do that in person. So hopefully we will have, by next recording, a new Weirdo HQ that we will be in person. Because, like, believe it or not, we've all three met in person.
Yeah. And we're within like 15 minutes of each other.
Yeah. So
he's the farthest one away, and it takes me 12 minutes to get to his house.
Yeah, it's pretty sweet. It's pretty sweet. Yeah. So we are going to be coming at you with some Krampus action coming up here soon. What else we got? Any other announcements? Any other stuff we got coming up soon? I don't know. It's been a weird couple of weeks there's
the holidays and then extra spice added in. And
Yep.
Definitely been a weird couple
Currently, the
weeks.
entire cast of Weird Wide is unemployed.
That's a fact.
Yeah.
So if anybody wants to pick us up and start doing the whole Wayne's World thing where you produce a show and make us rich, now's about the time to do that.
Yeah, now's the time to be doing that. Or that Patreon. Patreon, help us out.
That's right.
And I will still eat a whole cake.
She will.
Try.
You said you would.
Okay.
You said it with your whole chest.
Okay. I do. So, I will.
This is a do or do not.
There's a guy here that could eat a whole cake.
I mean,
challenge accepted. Cake eating contest.
Depending on the
Patreon.
Depending on whose cake. I'm nasty. I'm
not
nasty.
Even surprised.
I know you shouldn't be at this point. Does anybody have a dad joke before we get into plugs here?
Oh my God, I got a page of them.
Hit me.
Do you want one?
Christmas?
Give me,
Are they
Christmas
related?
Give me two. Let's give them two because
two. Okay, well, hold on.
Because we had to skip a week. So let's give them two.
Okay, so two. First one. Why is Santa afraid to get stuck in the chimney?
Why?
Because he's claustrophobic.
That's a good one. That was really good, actually.
Either.
What goes O-O-O?
What?
It's magic.
Santa walking backwards.
I like that. I
read them all to Ty a little bit ago, and he goes, "These are so dumb, but they're so funny."
The dumber they that's the gauge. It's like if the people in our lives hear them and they're like, "That's dumb," we got a winner.
That's it. That's it for us.
I was laughing hysterically and crying at them, and he was not that impressed, but I was really impressed with myself.
That's how we know.
Gonna hate.
That's exactly. But as Ashley said, we are all three unemployed. So if you want to help us financially, patreon.com/weirdwide. Any donations there are going to be very much accepted. And you can also, if you can't support us financially, support the show. Just tell your friends about us. Go to www.weirdwide.com. That is our official home on the interwebs. Find every episode. Sign up for the newsletter. Get episodes sent directly to you. Go to our TikTok and Instagram. We are on there at Weird Wide Pod. I am also on there at Dudist Weirdo. Where can everybody find y'all?
I'm on TikTok and Instagram at bethany.gets.weird.
I'm on both, but very lacklusterly at Weird-Chick86.
I actually think once we start getting back, once we're able to be in person more, I think we'll be able to start getting adding more to those the personal ones and stuff. Because we're gonna have that. We'll have that spark again, just to be shenaniganing and hijinksing. So I'm pretty excited.
I think I'm gonna start plugging us at the comic shop too, because Shane told me I could.
Perfect.
So
Wait, you work at a comic shop?
I do. I started helping Shane at Junk Punk.
I know that. I know where that is. I like that place. Yeah.
Yeah, I do his live streaming to sell.
Well, that's
his
awesome.
comic.
I mean, like we could definitely like do a thing over there. Like we just like pop in at some point and just like talk to him and just see if he wants to say something on the just I don't know some kind of small nonsense. Just something fun.
He just released a song on the YouTubes. It's under Junk Punk Global. I think it's Big Bucks and Bottles of Beer, and it's hysterical. If anybody wants to watch it, you got to check it out on the YouTubers. It's Junk Punk Global, Big Bucks and Bottles of Beers.
Hell yeah.
Hysterical. This guy is insane funny.
I will share that on the Facebook. We've got our Weird Wide Facebook page. So I will share that on there. So, hell yeah. Hell yeah, I love that. If you do like what you're hearing, make sure to leave us a review. If you're watching on YouTube, leave a comment, subscribe, and shoot us an email. We're at weirdwyattpodcast@gmail.com. That's all I got for the moment. So, yeah. All right. Well, everybody get ready next week to get our Krampus on. Until then, y'all stay weird.